Hello. That last topic got me to thinking about and led me right into outlining another video about whether or not to go no contact, especially if you're just right now going through, which some of our viewers are, right now, right this moment, if you can feel with them that point where they don't know what to do. And they're not ready to cut it right off. And they don't know how to handle it. And do they go forward, mommy? Do they go forward with continuing contact with their narcissist? Do they cut it off at the knees in terms of contact? Right? We all go through that. I always tell you that I'll share a way I've begun to think about something if it helped me. On the topic of going no contact, it's a tough one to get right. But I've got some thoughts that may help you not respond. Everyone in the field, every expert, every video I looked up, because I was looking in the beginning stages of my pain, I was looking up videos. I was hoping I would find one that said, no, it's all right. You can still talk to them. It's okay. No, there are none. There are zero. I looked for months and months and months. Every expert will tell you no contact is the way to go with these people. However, I found it impossible to not respond to my narcissist for months and months and months and months, as I've said many times. I've admitted that. It carried on for over a year. I didn't just cut it off and go no contact. I found that nearly impossible. And when I say impossible, I mean impossible. And I had one of my best friends who I spend a lot, I had seen her do it. I'm in contact with her. Turned around, never looked back. So I had great examples around me. I just couldn't get there on my own. So I'm here to try to help you get to a place and teach you what I've learned and what I now can look back and see would have helped me if I heard it. It took a long time, and it can be a mess. Communication is frustrating with the narcissist already. We know that. Imagine if you left the door open to contact with you, and he decides to play with you. He just decides he's going to play. I always picture a cat. I don't have cats, but I picture a cat with like a toy, how they just whack at it on the rug. That's how I think of that. So if you're going to keep that contact open, I'm serious. That's like somebody, then you're giving them permission to play with you, continue to play with you. I did it. I left the door wide open for him to call. You know, even if I wasn't answering, I mean, at least I think I've decided that's what I saw happened and what they actually go so far as to do. They can be relentless, and they will go so far as to just play with you if you leave the door open, just for the sake of play, just for the game of it. And they'll come at you hard and make you think they really feel, and this can encompass the hoovering stage. It normally does encompass the hoovering stage. And I was responding sometimes, once in a while, sporadically. So I was open to anything, and I was susceptible to getting sucked in again. And, you know, you can tell yourself, well, I'm not, sleeping with them, or I'm not saying I love you, or I'm not his girlfriend, or I don't say boyfriend anymore, or whatever the heck you're saying to yourself. You know in your heart if you're getting sucked in. Everything I just said is semantics, logistics. That doesn't matter. You know how you're feeling inside. And I get wanting to try different stages. I tried everything. Blocking, not blocking, but not answering, blocking and not, having any contact and not responding back at all. Texting is another thing. Email. There's a lot of ways they can contact you. No contact means that you break them all off. Social media is a big one. Now, I don't have social media with people. That whole angle was absent from my life and anyone I've ever dated, because it's not a thing. It's just not happening. But a lot of young people, they're on social media with the people that they date. So even if you blocked them on your phone, they can still see what you're doing. They can peer into your life. You can peer into their life. You can comment. They can comment. You can see his like. And oh my God, it's exhausting. I have some young friends. I watch what they do. And I'm like, nope. Reason 583 while I don't do that. I'm not going to be friends on the line of social media that I have, Facebook for family and friends. I'm from Rhode Island. It lets me keep in touch with cousins and whatever. I'm going to put someone I'm dating on there. I don't need that. I don't need to see into someone's life, know what they're doing. That would kill. So that's never good. And if you are doing the social media thing, that goes along with no contact. As a matter of fact, no way. I think that should be the first thing to go. Because I can't picture that. I can't even picture that kind of stress. So you're going to, what? Are you going to be the person who's posting pictures and posting things and hoping it bothers them? Are you going to be someone who's bothered about things that they're posting and putting on there? You don't need that. You don't need that extra pain. So, but the point is, they can reach out somehow. There's a million different ways. A million. And they know if they get something from you, anything at all, that's it. They know they can. And that's the danger of maintaining contact, which by definition, no contact means no contact. It means what it literally means, zero contact. If you're responding to them through something or once in a while or once a month, but you could tell yourself whatever you want. They just were fed by you. And they may have reached out to you because they needed something, because they had an argument with somebody elsewhere, new person, or they needed a hit to their ego. They had a bad day, right? They threw out to the world a comment or two or a call, and who's going to get back to them? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Are you going to be one of the people that gets back to them? Because I hope they don't hoover us because they miss us and they're hung up on us and they can't live without us and they're just pining away for us. They're hoovering us while they're courting someone new. And they just want you to say that you'll still be with them so that they know they have you in case they need you. But they're still courting somebody else, love bombing somebody else while they're telling you stuff. No contact would prevent that. They could also reach out just because they're bored and they want to start a game, right? Remember, if they're not, and here's how I know. You say, well, how do you know if they're hoovering me? They're also courting other people. If they're hoovering you, then that means they're not with you. Right? Well, if they're not with you, do you think the narcissist is the type to sit by and just be alone? Alone? The narcissist? It's a narcissist. So they are with others. So anything they reach out to you probably was sent out to a bevy of beauties. I'm sorry. But how can that not be the truth? They're not with you. They can't be alone. They're hoovering you because they're out on their butt and you caught them doing something. Oh, but he's really trying to be loyal and he's hoovering me because he wants to get back together. Really? But you're saying no, or you're giving him once a month and you don't think he's doing something else in between all of this? They can't be alone. So who's going to bite? Maybe even more than one person he'll carry on a conversation with. My pronoun is he. Yours could be she, they. Doesn't matter. Mine is he, so that's why I say him. Maybe he's carrying on more than one. Maybe, the biggest thing that I learned with no contact is, with time and perspective, you realize the last thing on earth you want to do is to feed them or answer in any way. Because you start to realize that you're not the only person they're trying to contact. And I don't want to be someone just in a long line of people. I'm certainly more special than that. I know that I am. I definitely know that I am. And you don't want to respond back once you realize these things. Well, we shouldn't anyway. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. And to think that, to look back and know now that I'm sure I wasn't the only person he was contacting behind the back of the girl he was telling was his girlfriend. How many things are going on there? If every single one of the people in that list did no contact with the narcissist, he'd have nobody to play with. But the girl that he is trying to make think his girlfriend is open contact with him. Former partners are on the bench. They're in contact with him. And if you maintain open contact, you're just another one of those people that he's going to reach out to when he's in need of some kind of trip, ego trip. Now, and it's funny because they're love bombing everybody. Everybody gets a love bomb. The little speech goes for everybody. Oh yeah. They may even write it down and read it to 5 different people in a row. I don't put it past them. They're not Shakespeare. They can't come up with, a soliloquy for every single person they're targeting. So they're going to go with what they found works. A certain line, a certain thing. I've never been in love before. You're the first time. Stuff like that. And it really is difficult, and it just takes people, their own path to figure it out whether or not you go no contact. Now, if you have children or businesses in common, that's a whole other thing. And yes, you do have to learn to communicate, but you can keep it only to the topic necessary. Nothing extra or extraneous. Don't open wounds. So, how are you? Or did you have a good night last night? What did you do? Or none of those kinds of questions can exist. So your no contact is different. You have to cut out certain phraseology. You have to cut out being inquisitive about their life, allowing them to be inquisitive about yours, and keeping it to the topic at hand, children or business. That's a whole different thing. I'm trying to put this all into words that may resonate, because I'm telling you, I could have saved myself a lot of time. A lot. Many times. Ugly times. Repeated ugly times. I'm sorry, honey. I mean, I used to be careful on what I suggested in the no contact game, because as I stated, I understand the need to try something, everything, to find your own path, to experience, to learn the lesson your own way. I get that. And you will. Even with this video, you will do all of the things that you need to go through to find your landing spot, but you'll see. And I've got to say, the experts are correct. Being someone who blew it, I didn't do it. But the experts are correct. No contact really is the way to go. And I wish upon you the strength to do it. It's not easy for everybody. But the people that have done it, God bless them, and they got this strength, and they just turn their back and they don't turn back around. And that is something that we can all aspire to. And it's just, unfortunately, if you're in a new spot right now and you're having this vision of maybe I can still maintain some kind of communication with the person, or I just can't picture them completely out of my life, I just want you to, there's a lot to think about whether or not to go no contact. And I just want you to have all the facts.